Who is Eze? It wasn't me. It wasn't me that asked the question. It wasn't me that asked the question. It was Thomas Frank, Tottenham Hotspur's coach. And boy oh boy did he get his answer. Boy oh boy did he get his answer. Eze replied him. Eze replied him big time. Hello family. Many lessons were learned from the latest rendition of the North London Derby, the most antagonistic league schedule of the Premier League every year. It ended Arsenal Football Club 4, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of what truly transpired and lessons therefrom. Number one, guys, Arsenal Football Club has turned into a mentality monster. The team is so mature and professional that it has to become, or rather it has become, very scary. Arsenal Football Club is really looking scary. It's difficult to pinpoint what Arteta did or how he manages this set of players, that they all seemed cued to one very, very important vision. You could see that all of them are mentally prepared for the road ahead. They are mentally prepared and they are not scared of anything. They are fully convinced of the opportunity they have to lift the Premier League. And you could see from the blast of the whistle at Manchester United how they went about playing that game could tell you that yes, something is really going on. If you look at Arsenal of 2-3 seasons ago compared to what we have now, it's like schoolboys to mature men now, if you understand what I mean. It is beautiful to see the team performing at this level with such finesse, with such ease, with such relaxed scenario. Every game they've taken so far, they've managed to handle very, very well. Maybe Sunderland game was a little bit unexpected because of how brutish and the team is. I mean, the Sunderland team was on that day. You know, they were very, very physical and everything. We went to Liverpool. We put on the brakes because we thought Liverpool was the real McCoy. Arteta later realized this mistake. We did almost the same thing with Manchester City, and those two games cost us 5 points, coupled with the 2 points we lost at Sunderland. But times are changing so fast. Things are changing so fast. Not since the days of the Invincibles have this point in time that has what it takes to stop Arsenal Football Club. If you asked me, I believe the only team that can stop Arsenal Football Club is Arsenal Football Club themselves. But these players seem to be mentally mature and prepared for what it is to come. So that may not really be an issue. If that is the case, then it means that all they need to do is to keep performing at their level best and try to get as far away from the rest as possible so they could relax and focus on the Champions League. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. The quadruple may still be there for me. This is the worst Tottenham team I have seen in a long time, particularly their performance, at the Emirates. The North London Derby used to be a very, 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 very highly emotive, very physical battle, between the two sides. But yesterday, Thomas Frank, I don't know whether he thinks he's still with Brentford or he doesn't understand the value of the North London Derby. I don't know what he came to do. because they refused to come out and play. They didn't play. They didn't play. They were dominated everywhere completely. At some point, they were even confused. Every free kick was a long ball. Whatever goalkeeper gets is a long ball. How they thought they would use that to score, I wouldn't know. It was a terrible, terrible thing to see. Thomas Frank took his Brentford negative soccer syndrome to the Emirates once again, hoping that his players can use it to outwit Arsenal Football Club. And it failed. Maybe that's how he's been playing, that gave him the wins he's got on the road, because I think he's got about 3 wins and 2 draws on the road, or thereabout. So he thought maybe it is still gonna work at Arsenal, but he failed to realize that Arsenal is like a step above every other team at this point in time. It was very, very ugly from them, and it's a shame. 2 of the series of long balls and free kicks they were taking, the Vicario, their goalkeeper, was taking, all went out of play, straight out of play. You kick the ball from your goal straight, it goes straight out of play. It was very sad to see. They never caused Arsenal any problems at any time. At any time. Save for the goal they got that was handed over to them by Zubimendi, which was very, very surprising to see Zubimendi behave like that, but maybe it's because they felt very, very comfortable. Maybe it's because they felt very comfortable. It was good to see João Paulinho tap the ball out from him and handed over to this guy that with his lob. And you know how our goalkeeper normally, goalkeeper is never he's always far away from his post. So David Raya is always far away from his post. So he was caught really caught off guard, where we are hoping for another clean sheet. But at the same time, it's okay. We won the game fairly well. Well, another thing that I realized, guys, is that it could have easily been more than 6 goals. Had it not been for Vicario, who was really looked the best of actually at the Emirates. So you could see that's been happening. They come and pack the balls and try to hit Arsenal on the counter, but Arsenal has now become very wary of that, and they're beginning to look for ways to open them up. And it happened yesterday, because before we would start looking for set pieces to get our goals. But thanks to Eberechi and Leandro Trossard and as well as Declan Rice, they were opened up. Strange to see that Saka, out of the 4 goals, didn't get any assist or partake in the goal scoring. It was really interesting to see that, and that shows you how far Arsenal have come. Because if we perform this way without Saka being instrumental or central to everything, it showed that the team is really growing in leaps and bounds. Arsenal players, guys, I'm telling you, Arsenal players were all very purposeful. Bukayo Saka leading from the front as the captain. Mikel Merino remains the special one. His versatility is incredible. He's incredible. You could see this guy is a leader. He's not the captain. Thierry Henry described him as a manager's dream, because he's so versatile. He can play in any position and he does it well. His national team coach held him as an exceptionally complete player, with a great adaptability. That's how his national team coach, the coach of the French national team, described him. This guy is a silent captain. He's a silent killer, guys. It's like he makes a huge difference, and you could see why Arteta trusted him so much. But he's not alone. All of them, including players that came in. Shall I mention Piero Hincapié? Solid. You know, he is the fighter that they call him. He's the bulldog that they call him. All of them, guys. All of them. Timber. It was interesting to see Timber and Saka, the way they were mixing things up. You could see it was like, I don't know where the understanding came from. And man, wow. We just pray that it continues to be like this. You know, with the injury worry about Ricardo Calafiori. Yesterday was like he was never even mentioned, because he was still the same Ricardo Calafiori that we've come to love. And we believe that this can only get better. Our next game is against Bayern Munich. Maybe Arteta can afford to make some changes, because our players are coming back. Yesterday was good Chelsea. I think Chelsea is now the second place team. It's interesting to see. So we'll see how that's going to pan out. But I doubt if there's any team that can really stop Arsenal Football Club. Last season we were held to a draw at Chelsea. So we'll see what's going to happen this time around. Guys, why don't you please subscribe? I plead with you to subscribe. You don't lose anything. Like, so that YouTube will send you our next video when it's released.